Morning. Well, last time I was here, I just glassed up the edges of the forward deck, so that side and this side. I also glassed the centerboard case into the bottom and to the nesting panel there, so that's all glassed up now. So this forward section is getting very close to being ready to glass on the inside, but there was just a few more jobs to sort out first. So I want to get this set up outside, and I want to get the mast foot in the correct position. So I've got a couple of screws in there ready to go. So the idea is that I'll pop that on there. I'll get this all set up outside. I'll make sure it's level, both forward and aft, and then I'll put the mast through the top hole and into the bottom hole in the mast foot there. And then I'll make sure that that's vertical. So I've got my spirit level for that. And once it's exactly vertical, what I can do is I can just give these screws a little tap and then screw them in, get them to bite, so that that's in the right place. And I can take the mast out and I can bring this back in, take this out, and then put some epoxy on here and get that glued in place. Now these are stainless steel screws, so I'll probably actually leave those in. So that is the main job for today. Probably will sand down the edges on these tapes, just take the rough edges off. And then it'll just be a case of getting it all sanded down and ready for the glassing. I'll probably crack on with a few smaller jobs this weekend. So I managed to pick up a piece of hardwood from the timber merchant for a couple of quid. It's just an offcut, but it's about the right size to cut a piece off to put underneath the bow there, to shape that and then drill a hole through, and that will be where the painter will go through, and I'll tie a knot on the inside. And also I'm going to use that for the rowlocks. So these are going to go on the aft section, about 18 inches back. I've made a mark where they're going to go, and they're going to go kind of like this on the side. Now I didn't really want to chop in to the gunwales to make that sit flush. These are going to sit about 2.5 mils proud of the top, and so I thought what I might do is just cut a couple of pieces of this hardwood, and I can then attach these to that. Those can be chopped in with a chisel so they're nice and flush, and then I can shape the back edge of this, and then that could be glued. So it's just a piece about 6 inches, 150 mils long, and that would then be glued to the side so that these actually sit underneath the surface. So that's my plan there. So first job then is to get the boat set up outside. Make sure these holes are the right, big enough, plenty of room for the mast to go in, so that once this is epoxied, it doesn't make it too tight to fit. So it needs to fit through there comfortably. So I'm just going to check that, and the same with that one. Then get it outside, get that in the right position, and then crack on with the other jobs. Right then, let's get cracking. Okay, that's it for another day. Just quickly show you what I've done. Basically, the mast foot is now glued and screwed into position. So yesterday I got the mast up and I found the right place for it by checking for vertical from both directions, and then when I was happy it was in the right spot, I just nipped down those screws and made some holes in the base plate where the this unit needed to be screwed into. And so today I've just gone ahead and glued that into position. So it's a bit tricky. Couldn't find the screw holes with epoxy there, so but I did it in the end. And I've also put some tape around the base there so that if there is any of that epoxy leaks out while it's going off, then it won't completely run away. It'll just kind of stay there. It's like made like a little dam out of that masking tape. And I've also put in the bow there, I've also put a piece of hardwood shaped into the bow, shaped to a 45-degree point at the front, and that's covered with 6 pieces of tape to make it really strong. And I've also put a little slither of wood on top of that seat there because it was a bit wobbly. And I've also sanded down these the gunnels, so these look really nice and smooth now. So that's it. See you next time. Cheers. Okay, so that's the end of another video. Remember, if you'd like to receive notifications when new videos are posted, then subscribe by clicking on the link down below. And if you've enjoyed watching the video, just please leave a like. Cheers.